Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a first impressions on a brand new palette from Too Faced. This is the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey palette. I recently hauled this in one of my last videos, so I thought I would give you guys my 2 cents on it. I'm going to do some side-by-side comparisons of the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, as well as obviously swatches and a tutorial for you guys. And then my final thoughts will be at the very end. This palette is brand new to Too Faced. I know I think they have another one as well, just it didn't really speak to me, like the natural palette or something. I don't know. This one was right up my alley. It has 9 shades in here, and these peachy warm shades just like, they have a special place in my heart. And then you have a really cool yellow, and then, you know, this is a typical like peanut butter shade, as well as this one down here. I really liked this palette when I looked at it. I honestly had no intentions of buying it when I first saw it online. I was like, no, I don't need that. But then I saw it in the store and I was like, okay, maybe I do. And it does smell like peanut butter and honey. It's not nearly as intense as the last palettes have been, but it smells good nonetheless. So in here, we have these 3 shades that confuse me greatly because they have like creamed honey, Bee Sweet, and Queen Bee all along this side, but then it says Sweet as Honey, Queen Bee, and PB and H on this side. So I don't know what's up with that. Somebody fill me in. I don't know why there's 2 names. If it's supposed to be like the name of this row and this row and this row for this, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea. But those shades right there are going to be great for setting the eye, doing a little highlight underneath the brow bone, possibly the inner corner. But I did find this shade to be kind of chalky, and it did have like the little glitter flecks kind of flaked out on me. I could see them. I had these bright lights. I can see the glitter just kind of falling out. I did not use Queen Bee. I have not used this shade yet, but it is a matte texture. And then this one down here, I don't know if it's PB&H or Queen Bee. Yeah, because it says Queen Bee up here. I don't know, it's so confusing. But this bottom shade has a little bit of a sheen to it. So when I did this tutorial, I'll go ahead and let you guys know that I put my soft ochre paint pot on, and then I used this at the brow arch, and that's where I saw like the glitter falling out. And then I used this one to set all over my eye before I started the tutorial. Then we have Peanut Butter, Honey Brittle, Honey Buns, that's such a cute name, Going Nuts, and that's kind of like a metallic, kind of like has a sheen to it. Bee's Knees has the glitter inside of it, but this color is so pretty, and I don't mind the glitter in that one at all. And then Feeling Nutty at the bottom. When I first saw that palette, I immediately thought some of the shades could possibly be similar to the Sweet Peach palette, so I'm going to show you that and them side by side. When I show you guys these swatches, the Peanut Butter and Honey palette is the first one. So Queen Bee is definitely kind of similar to White Peach. Bee Sweet, or this second one, I don't know which name it is, I have it swatched next to Georgia. And then Peanut Butter I have swatched next to Puree. Honey Brittle I have swatched next to Caramelized. Going Nuts I have swatched next to Summer Yum. Bee's Knees up against Summer Yum, and those are the only shades that I felt could be kind of similar in these palettes. So while I did initially think when I saw this palette that it had a few shades similar to the Sweet Peach, they're really not that similar, so you're not getting 2 palettes that are identical here by any means. This palette right here was $36. This one was $49. But if I was going to pick between the 2, I would get the Sweet Peach palette. To me, this quality is better. I don't know. I'm going to show you guys my demo, and then I'm going to talk about how I felt about this palette, what I think could have possibly happened. Yeah, there's just a lot. So I'm going to jump into the tutorial. Like I said, I have set my eye using this bottom shade and right underneath my brow with this one. So keep that in mind. And let's just jump into that, and then I will give you guys my final thoughts at the end. I'm first going to go in with Honey Brittle on a NARS 42 brush. And I'm going to use this as a transition. And I've knocked off the excess to make sure it's not too pigmented in the crease. And then I'll add color as I see fit. MAC 217 and Peanut Butter. And I'm going to pop this into the crease and slightly work this upward. Just trying to deepen this up without going too far up. I'm going to take Honey Buns on a MAC 242 and pop this on the lid. 221 and Bee's Knees, and I'm going to go on the outer edge and into the crease. I'm going to be honest, I'm really not liking how these are applying. I kind of think they're looking pretty crappy. Going nuts in the very outer corner again, just to deepen it up. And slightly up into the crease. Honey Brittle and a NARS Contour. I mean, like, holy crap, this isn't even really going underneath my eyes. And I've got Fallout. Luxie BOM 18 and Bee's Knees, and yep, not getting a lot of color out of that. Same brush and Going Nuts, and I'm going to try and deepen up this outer V. MAC 242 and Queen Bee on the inner corner, and then I'm just going to throw on a little bit of MAC Fluid Line and mascara and be done. Alright guys, so that's it for the eye look. All I did was add on MAC's Fluid Line in Rich Ground for a liner, and then I put on a few like single eyelashes. There's like 5 on each side just because I wanted a little bit of a wispy effect, and then MAC Yash on my lips. So let's talk about how I feel about this palette. I am a little bit disappointed, and I don't know if this palette will perform differently if I use it differently, so I'm a little kind of sketched on that. Like I said in the beginning, I set my eyes using this color. This color right here was very weird and chalky on my eye. It was like almost, I don't know, it just felt funny, and this one was definitely chalky. So I thought, okay, maybe this palette is not performing the way I want it to because it's going on top of chalky eyeshadows. Well, and then I put the color underneath my lower lash line. I didn't really get the pigmentation that I wanted either. When you put this palette up against this one, there's no comparison. I love this palette and I have no issues with it. This one kind of seemed to muddy up on my eyes. I wasn't getting the pigmentation I wanted. I felt like I had to work, and even now I feel like the colors have faded a little bit, and I've only had this shadow on for about an hour. I did the tutorial, I have to put my lipstick on, I have to put the lashes on, and then I go check my video and all that, and I already feel like it's faded a little bit. Did I get a good look out of it? Yes. Can I make this work? Absolutely, but you're going to have to put some effort into it. The swatches and how they feel are not how they go on the eye, and I don't know if I don't use that shadow, the light color shadow, to set my eye, if maybe the pigmentation will grab a little bit better. So that's why I'm calling this a first impressions. My first impression thoughts on this palette is that it's not worth it. I'm not thrilled with this palette at all. Love the colors, not loving the way they perform. If something changes, I will definitely let you guys know, but for me, this palette is a pass. I hate to say it, but if you're gonna grab something, get the Sweet Peach palette. Is more better if you ask me. Anywho, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!